Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Play Disco Elysium. Today we're going to talk to Joyce again because, you know, we got more option for her. But first, the achievement...
Good. What can I help you with?
Joyce, I was talking. The achievement that I got last time that didn't show up on screen, it's apparently the only achievement I've actually gotten for the game in my 18 hours of... I guess we're in the 20s, huh? Actually, 19.1 hours. Yeah. So yeah, the only achievement I've gotten, which was I got last time but didn't show up on screen, was the world's most laughable centrist. Defend the political center 7 times. Honestly, I don't know what I did to do that, but sure. Okay. By the way, I've talked to Evrart.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
I liked his chair.
Finally, time to choose sides.
He bloated Rainbow Socials. I can do business with him for his socials. He's reasonable. He's not champion. He's not the champion I've chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you in this cause of the capital. I have the feeling the international community does not approve of him. I don't like him. Honestly, there's nothing really too wrong with him outside right now. There's some rumors here and there. He doesn't seem like the most up-to-snuff kind of guy, right? But honestly, everyone I feel like we've talked to is kind of probably like 2 seconds away from being a shitty person. I mean, we already met a bunch of fucking racists, some drugged up kids. One of them's a murderer and very much like to throw some gay slurs around. Yeah, it's not a good place. It's like not a good place. I like Alice. Alice is great. Annette, she was just a sweetheart, gave me a hat. That's about it right now. I thought I liked the gardener lady, but she gave me attitude already, so fuck that. I didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually, corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, worm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
Those are some big bowels.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Oh yeah, I wasn't doing that.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt worm myself.
I mean, he did say we could
However,
share
he
it.
felt
I know
like
you're trying to manipulate us
innocent.
too. Don't get me wrong. You are a corrupt worm.
How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not?
What is a
curious to
man?
hear another
A
person's
miserable Chronos, sorry.
It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely. Let's gossip.
The money you gave me, would that make things weird if I shared information, I mean?
Weird? Oh no. One of the positive things to come from the revolution is the unhindered exchange of information, you see, even when it comes to trade secrets, which isn't to suggest our talks constitute corporate espionage. Even if they did, it would be fine. But they don't, since you logged the money as a donation, and this is clearly just gossip between friends.
Oh, Lena. I like Lena.
The lieutenant might have, but I don't remember you logging anything as anything, Harry.
Yeah. She's a little bit of a crackpot, but, you know, she's sweet too. The money... I turned up the heat on the borscht. I kind of did that without realizing it.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making?
The cook makes it to keep the strikers drunk.
The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it?
No, look, I thought I like straight up, I thought my mind was like, oh, cool, alcohol, put it in so we could have some soup and get drunk. And Harry here, he's got a problem, so I'm trying to like keep him on the straight and narrow as the most part. I mean, you can't really tell by that picture down there. Yeah, I don't know. I do kind of not want to encourage like drug addiction, alcoholism, and stuff. I know it's a video game, but like even in games like Fallout, I generally don't take the drugs and stuff like that. It's probably because I grew up around a lot of drug addiction and alcoholism, I guess, and with friends and some other people. So I don't know. I guess that's kind of where my mentality is coming from. Is where I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna do that, even though it's a game. Like, there's definitely games where I've gotten drunk in before, but it's not like it's not the centric character trait of the character, right? So no, sorry?
Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down, for the sake of our professional relationship. And because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are.
Well, oh good, I'm glad you like it. I'd rather talk about something else, but...
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later, down the road, don't be afraid to drop by.
Oh, I will.
Until
Probably.
then, is there anything I can help you
I'm not gonna ask you what reality you're in. That's just... that's not a good look. We do have a point. How are my stats looking? I'm 13 good cop, 2 honor. I feel like I had more honor earlier. Is that because I smashed the window? That's probably because I smashed the window. We do know our first name, so I'm kind of surprised it says name unknown. Even our brain was like, yeah, we definitely sound like a Harry, and I was like, yeah, okay. And people are calling me Harry. We also know, I guess our last name, though I've already forgotten it. I guess we're going to the Union boss now, right? All the way back to Evrart to tell him about the door. It's already 3 o'clock, which is kind of impressive. I do want to stop by the bookstore and maybe buy some of those games. Yeah, I don't know. We do have a skill point. I'm gonna keep this one just in case we get locked out of something. Oh, fuck. We're already locked out of something. Visual. Right? We're locked out of visual? We already did this. We need to get up there. Oh, we need to go back to the whirling rag suit. This is locked, yeah?
There are several footprints.
Yeah, visual. Okay. Shit. I guess I could put a point into that. And this one we did.
Steps are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps.
That did take a minute, though. What do I want to do? Do I want to go to the whirling rag to ask about the assault? See if there's anyone that actually can confirm that it happened? Or go to Evrart, because we did his job 2 episodes ago at this point. Sure, I'm gonna go talk to Evrart, so I'll see you guys there. Oh, wait a minute. I saw a yellow thing. There. A giant aspirin in the pillow. Somebody's habitually chilling next to the radio. Okay. Giant aspirin. How big? Like my giant? Like Evrart giant? Alright, Evrart, we're back.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time.
Good, I wasn't
since
going
you've
to.
already sat on that chair.
I finished investigating local drug trade. I opened the door.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
Yeah, I saw a collection of racist mugs.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Evrat's Rainbow Coalition. Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
The mug collection I mentioned was in the apartment. I found a similar mug in the trash.
Racist mugs in the trash and in the apartment? You guys are just light years ahead of me. I have so much confidence in the ability of your organization. I'm relieved you're doing this and leaving me to do what I do best, helping people, with the power of politics.
Yes, yes. Do you think this weasel is somehow connected to the murder?
Oh, no, 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 no. I don't cross paths like that. All I want is for you to succeed in your investigation. I would never complicate things for you.
Okay. But this one might have cleaned up after the killer.
Believe me, Harry, he's a nobody. Just your basement variety nobody.
Relatable.
Can't imagine him being connected to a high-caliber case like this. But he does live nearby. Maybe it's a pedantic weasel. Fascists are known to be neat freaks. I feel like a real detective right now, Harry.
Oh yeah,
Am I
great.
getting this right?
Great technique. You'd make great sergeant.
Really? I'm not so sure.
I was sarcastic, Kim.
Oh, you're too kind, Harry. Way too kind. I know I'm not a real police officer. You are.
That's all he's going to say on this subject.
I heard about the connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top...
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure, like, everyone here is a bad guy.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
That definitely doesn't sound like shed them in a good light, no.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine guns.
Well, they didn't have to really start firing yet.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa. You name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Okay. Hold on, you have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Oh, okay, go on.
Now,
I wanted to see the elephant.
I personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
That is a whole fucking new level of laziness.
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types.
Well, there's 2 of them now.
One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
All right, you're making jokes like me now, and I'm starting to feel bad about myself.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
So the whole neighbor's in on it.
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
Who's actually doing the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
I think it probably would be a little bit like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction,
Excuse me, it's
comes
Titus?
up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Okay.
Despite his boastful tone, He's having doubts about something. But what? Maybe he doesn't believe the boys really had it in them. They're his boys,
Right.
after all.
I think you're sharing information with the police because you don't think they actually did it.
That's very clever, Harry. Yes, they might have said it just to impress some girls or something. But Titus has a bad temper, so the chances are 50-50.
Anyways, there was a bullet in the hangman's head.
So they shot him.
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard. What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my two little policemen. Godspeed,
Right, we're
policemen.
not your little policeman. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry.
Okay.
These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
Well, one of them is dressed as one, right? That's what we came to the conclusion of?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Colonel this time. It might have been the sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
The Rain Mercenaries organized a tribunal to take on the Hardys.
Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
You don't seem too worried about it.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Evrart before you've even courted him properly.
Disgusting.
He wants you to do more things for him before.
You mentioned a lawyer
Oh,
girl.
Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus Hardy.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
I guess?
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of
Oh,
mercenaries
absolutely,
and
I'm sure,
Liverpool in
yeah.
mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
Alright, where can I find them?
You know what, Harry? I got a feeling they're gonna show up in full force tomorrow.
Okay, so they're gonna show up for full force
The
tomorrow.
lieutenant marks something in his notebook.
Alright, let's conclude. I don't want to ask this guy for... I don't want to ask any of these fuckers for favors anymore, to be quite honest.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet. Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat.
Okay, I don't know what my points are. I've already forgotten.
He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Was that supposed to mean more left than you are? This is another cross scheme, isn't it? It's neither left or right. I do what my heart tells me to do. I'm not a man of left. I'm a patriot of Revachol. You're not right. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. I'm a moralist, so I get 3 communists, 2 fascists, 3 ultra-liberal. Is that what you talk? If I had like 7 ultra-liberal, will you be like, oh, Harry, you're such a lefty, I'm gonna give you a righty, and then you would help me? Is that a jerk-off joke, Chronos? Yes! Honestly, y'all kind of suck. This is another corrupt scheme. I'm not left or right. I do what my heart tells me to do. I guess 4? Like... yeah, yes. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I'm not left or right.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think...
So should I ask you about my gun?
I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think?
Depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
Great.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martin A's. And
Right,
maybe
what are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martin A's. It will be righteous. We're going to get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates.
Why does this sound familiar?
There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're called.
Oh, we can't get there though.
Gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Water drips from the eaves. A woman looks at her freshly tarred skiff. There's a pair of cavalry boots under the fish in the box, and the wind howls like a vicious spirit.
What happened to the residents there?
They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
So you're not going to displace them? I mean, I don't trust you at all to actually stand by that, but I guess if I'm there...
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
I should find my gun.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Shady and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal.
Yeah, we can't get
I hear
there.
There is some trouble with the water lock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning.
Yeah, I'm going to push the button.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
Okay, what was that about my gun?
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
So you have it already.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Does this mean if I do things to you, I will get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Yeah.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Why do you keep calling me that?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Evrart, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you. Harry.
Yeah, I know.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I don't know the story of the
I
game.
think the odds of that are very low.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just testing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
It's just a brown folder. You can't make out what's written on it.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder.
Drama.
Evrart's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
I got nothing to hide.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really something.
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder, and I very much doubt even that.
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume?
What kind of cop does it say I am?
Well, Harry, if I were to sum you up in one word, it would be apologetic.
What? I'm not apologetic, I'm confident. I was apologetic when I was going over the fucking shit that I did when I first got here.
Well, you sure come off as very confident in all our interactions, Harry. You're a real man's man.
Where did you even get that?
Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia.
Right, anyways, hey, I investigated a local truck trade.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real.
You're really not gonna like it when we have an investigation going.
Rivershell doesn't have a mayor. Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
Alright, see you later then.
See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
Right, what did I get? Red envelope.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Okay, look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses.
Oh, you know what? I should get out of here while
Stories
looking
tall.
at this, just in case.
It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth center. This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice.
Oh.
Hard to say.
Well, we got 83 now. That's great. We'll go back to that in a second. I just don't want to be here when we go over this. Because I definitely feel like this game would have some sort of check if we were in front of this dude as we were doing it. Okay, now let's go check that back out.
You take the legal
Kim, what do you
documents
think?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
Try to find a loophole in the deal.
There doesn't seem to be anything
Fuck!
of interest here.
What do you mean?
No fine print. You're smart. You can read.
Shit. No, it's not like, well, fuck. You have 2 level ups now. We need to do logic. Do we have any logic close? Damn it! Ah, fucking dick. My authority's at 3. What the fuck? Okay, fine. We'll put on authority, logic. Okay, and then we'll level up. Not a waste, Chronos. Guess we'll do this one too, since we're here. We gotta do the other one. Alright, so over here, should really just save scum this. 97% though!
A 12 to 40 month, there is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Look, Kim, these people are gonna have to move away. Can we do something about
I
that?
should have seen it. Evrart probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Neat.
However, we'll need access to the coast before we do anything.
Okay.
Evrart won't believe you got villager signatures if you can't even get to the village.
Understandable.
We can try forgery as soon as we can cross the waterlock.
Sounds good to me. We'll forge some signatures and mail it away, and by the time they get it, we'll be long fucking gone. Alright, so I just put into the visual stuff, so I'm gonna go back to those dirt tracks. Alrighty, we are here. We should be able to do this again. It's 83 check. I did put on my glasses,
Anywhere from
so
6 to 12 pairs have maybe
okay.
12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Okay, go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot.
We're gonna go through all 12 of them like this?
Toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
What is it? Which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them.
Alright, count more.
5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female? Light of air, I'm assuming female then?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gate is
true.
undeveloped.
I'm good at this, aren't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Well, count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms.
200 kilograms? That's a lot, isn't it? Like a lot? 200 kilograms in pounds. 440 pounds. Well, 440.925. That's a lot.
8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother.
Okay.
More worn.
I guess number 7 was carrying the body, maybe?
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
Same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Light step, number 41 shoe, heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint. So, yeah.
A woman? Or a kid?
I don't think we have any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
Heavy one, 200 kilogram print.
200? This could be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a soon-to-be-dead man.
Well, already dead man, right? He gets shot in the mouth.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Not in America. Well, to be fair, if you're 440 pounds, you probably ain't lynching someone. One of them was carrying him over.
Probably yes. This would also fit with the victim being dead from a previous gunshot wound. They had to carry him because he could no longer walk. Is there anything else that's
An aberration, one soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul.
Oh, this one's easy.
It's a driver.
Easy. It's a driver.
Driver would wear down this right sole before the left. The cellar is on the right, and then remember that abandoned lorry cabin we found?
With a piece of sandpaper glued to the throttle.
Ah, lady driver.
Which means that the missing lady driver was also present at the lynching? That's it. She's the Old Soul.
First the drugs, women shakehead, always deceitful. No, she's also running the drug trade. Interesting. First the drugs, one of this. How deep is the rabbit hole go?
We've identified one of the footprints, but there are still 7 to go.
How old do you think these tracks
A
are?
week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the court.
Well, technically 8 days now, right?
It is not impossible. Oh,
right. So a week, maybe 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller. Yeah, how do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
So it'll be muddy.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
But we know the victim had a bullet in his head. A more precise way to put it is, it was made to look like a
Yeah.
lynching.
We've been purposely been misled?
Are
Yeah.
these tracks? Yes.
Well, no, by everyone here. But anyways, we've been through all of it. Let's leave. Okie dokie. That's probably useful information, I hope, because I just put a skill point into that and the logic one. So that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I will see you all next time. Have a great day. Bye.